Live at Genghis Cohen in the heart of Hollywood, it's the Nighttime Show! Tonight we have a very special guest, star of Glee, waitress on Broadway, and the upcoming Yellow Fever, Jenna Ushkowitz! And our head...
Did we get it right or wrong?
It's good, I'm sorry.
Did I say it wrong?
It was right, I guessed, because it was right.
Keep going.
Let's just keep going. With us, as always, our head writer, Matt Walker. I'm the voice of the Nighttime Show, Mike Flack. And our host, the most powerful man in the universe, Stephen Kramer Glickman.
You better believe it! Hey, Jenna! You're here.
I made it.
You made it. We're very happy to see you.
We have Christmas lights set up here for her. And
Yeah.
They were blinking.
Just so the audience understands at home what just happened here is Jenna's last name.
Yeah. Pre-show, we had a
Ushkowitz.
5-minute conversation about how to say her name.
We did.
And I still failed.
No, you did great. It was right. I was
you said it right.
excited
Oh, okay.
that you said it right.
Instead of saying
And I guessed.
Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Auschwitz. Yeah, sometimes that
So
one
much
happens.
worse.
Oshkoshkowitz. I've gotten. There's no two
Oshkoshkowitz?
K's. There's not two K's in there, so I don't know what they're reading, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a hard last name. I understand.
Whenever you see a last name that starts with a U, you just kind of go,
Yeah.
oh,
You
here
just
we
see
go.
like a
Here-
jumble of letters.
And you see a
That
jumble
don't
of
make
letters.
It all
sense.
becomes gibberish.
You just go, well, we'll just call her Jenna. I guess that's going to be as good as it's going to get.
Fine.
You are now the third Glee cast member we've had on the show.
Oh.
We're getting good. We're doing it. We've got
Who were the previous?
Josh Sussman.
Oh, Josh.
He's been on
I haven't
multiple
seen that
times.
in a long time.
that is
Yeah.
the correct
Yes,
response
yes.
for
Oh,
Josh Sussman's
Josh.
name.
Oh, Josh.
And Kevin McHale.
Oh, the Kevin. I didn't even tell him I was doing this. We were just on the phone.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
He's a dear friend, and he was
Great guy.
very fun on the show.
He's
We
my
had him
best
this time.
friend in the whole world.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did you live together? Or
We did. We lived together. Season 3, 2, 3. I can't remember exactly, but yes, we lived together in a house for 2 years.
Oh my lord.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did
my
that. We
Lord.
did that. They called it the love nest.
Really?
Not because we were in love. People thought that, but we're not.
She just friend zoned him harder than anyone's ever been friend
it's okay.
zoned.
He did the same thing, so it's fine.
Oh my god.
We're even.
Okay, well, before we get into talking about your career and how you began
So serious.
in this business, we have to talk about your current film, Yellow Fever.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about this movie.
My gosh, it's been so long since we shot it. It's so funny. It was like 2 years ago now. But I play Asia, and yes, it's called Yellow Fever.
Wow.
But it's about a South Korean adoptee who lives in a family, a very white family, that really is trying to get into the culture of my heritage, Asia's heritage. But I'm kind of rebelling against the whole thing. I'm American, which is interesting because I am a Korean adoptee as well, and I grew up on Long Island, and I'm fairly white.
Yeah.
So Ushkowitz. So
Right. Right.
So there was a lot of sort of similarities in finding the character, and when we met, saying like, I don't want this to be all about this Asian girl. I just wanted it to be about a girl like sort of with an identity crisis, and really relating to her, where she came from, and her upbringing as well.
Well, it sounds like a great casting job for them to get you. That's pretty.
Oh,
it's a pretty
thank
great
you.
move.
Do you have a lot of ties to Korean heritage, or is it just sort of something you're
Not
sort of
really. Like I love Korean food, and I used to go to these Korean like events or these adoption events that the agency in the U.S. Would have for all of us, and that was the closest to it that I've ever gotten. I still haven't gone back since I was born.
Did you watch the Olympics?
I did.
Yeah, very exciting.
Oh my gosh, that opening and closing ceremony, they know how to do it right. Those Koreans are, they're so
ever?
good.
They know what they're
The only
doing.
thing I didn't like,
Creative.
they had too much stuff that was pre-shot and CGI in there. I want to see
a lot of
like a
CGI?
real. Yeah, they use CGI in the opening ceremonies.
I
I wasn't into that.
Look, they can do.
There's a lot of great stuff though.
They can do whatever they want.
True. I didn't know it was
practical
CGI.
effects.
Yeah, because they did remember that part where the torch was coming down the hill and they were skiing it down and they had all these drones and stuff. That was shot in January, and then they edited it and they just showed it there and I was like,
You just ruined it for me.
I know.
Don't
Don't ruin it for me.
The Olympics.
But the Olympics itself were fantastic.
No, I know they did a really great job.
literally
It's very
bleeding
cool.
listeners.
One of
when
my-
you talk like this.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite things in the Olympics was
People
the
just stop listening.
Korean skeleton guy who wore the Iron Man costume coming down on the sled. Did you see that?
Christ on a cracker.
And he looked
Matt.
like Iron Man sliding down the hill. It
Oh
was
my
awesome.
god!
That didn't happen.
Can I?
Matt,
Wait, hang on.
No,
Matt,
no,
No,
Matt,
what
hang
happened
on.
is Matt dropped acid and watched the
What?
Olympics, and that's
Jenna,
what happens
on a
with you.
regular basis,
Yes.
Matt will say stuff. I love Matt. But
Really
this is,
throw
he'll
things
send
out
me
there?
stuff. He'll send me stuff going, right now I'm too busy to talk because I'm watching the long jump.
I was watching curling.
And I'm like,
Stop.
I'm like, guess what? No one gives a fuck about what you're talking about. No
What's
one cares.
curling?
No one cares, buddy. People care about the Olympics while the Olympics are happening,
And then they forget about it.
and then they
Yeah.
never remember anything about it forever
It's
for the
true.
rest of their
I
lives.
will remember that there's CGI in the opening ceremony now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruined.
Deal
Way
with
to
that.
go.
Ruined.
God, Matt Walker, the ruiner. That
The
should
ruiner.
This was him on his sled. He looked.
Oh, yeah,
Just
he
like
does. You're right.
He had an
does.
Iron Man
right.
helmet. He looked like
Thanks
Iron
for
Man.
showing
sliding down the
a
hill.
photograph
to the
on
people
a
who
podcast.
can't see it.
Yeah.
God damn it, Matt.
Isn't that podcasting 101?
Yeah, just show pictures to the guests. This is my family album.
This is a-
Cat
Son of a
Moon.
bitch,
Cat
Matt.
Moon was your
Son of a
director
bitch. Yes.
and writer
Yes.
on
Yes.
this movie.
Yes.
What was she like to work
She
with?
was amazing. She
Now, did she use a lot of CGI, or should Matt
Yes.
even buy a ticket?
The
to
whole
this
thing is CGI. The whole movie is CGI. And I worked on a complete green screen.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
She was like her and Andy Serkis played.
Yeah.
They alternated playing the part.
Yeah, it wasn't really me. Just kidding. No, Kat was awesome. She was really cool. It was sort of loosely based on her life as well. So it was very interesting to take that on and sort of make it my own as well. And it was just a really cool process. It was so fast, as you know, indies are. For people who don't know, indies are a very quick process on a very small budget. So it's really about bearing down and getting it done and getting what they need. So, but she was really caring and she really looked out for us. And I had a great time.
When does the movie come out?
It's out through Tug. So you can go. I have to look. Is this edited?
what
Did
is-
they cut this?
I
Did
can
they
edit
cut
it.
this? No, great. No, it's through Tug.
What's Tug? For those who don't know.
It's an online service where you can buy the film to show for screenings around
Okay.
the world.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got
you
it. So
can
it's
tell.
currently screening.
Yeah, currently screening throughout the U.S., but we're also going to be in the showing at the Beverly Hills Laemmle on March 14th
Okay.
with a Q&A.
Wow,
Nice.
that is so cool.
That'll be
and I
really
think
fun.
people can actually get tickets to that. Possibly, there is some possibilities. Also, it was the. I know it was in Long Island International Film Expo. It was a part
It
of that.
did
as well.
Hoboken Film Festival. It did, please correct me if I'm wrong,
No.
Kansas City. It's gone into quite a few film festivals now, way more than I think any of us expected. It's a really,
Yeah.
Do you-
Sonoma International
Yes,
Film
that was
Festival.
that
a lot
was
of
the
people
coolest.
a lot of people really are enjoying this film.
Yeah,
So if you see it, if it pops up in a theater near you or on
Please go
demand or
check
anything
it
like this or
out.
Netflix, get it,
Now,
watch it.
Did you
You'll
go
love
to
it.
a bunch of these film festivals, like for the premieres and stuff?
I
or-
did the Hoboken one, but I'm based in New York right now, so I didn't get the chance to go to too many. But Kat and Jan actually went to Sonoma, and the line was. They sent me a photo. The line was out the door around the corner for our screening.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome, and it was just so cool. And being able to watch it with people is also really exciting because it's just Asia is really dry, and Kat is really dry as well. So her jokes kind of come through, and just to see the audience laughing at things that we didn't really think were that funny. So it's an interesting experience when you've been behind the camera for so long, and then here's the film.
That's so.
Do you
rad.
like seeing yourself on screen, or are
No.
you somebody that doesn't like watching yourself?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know that I find many people who actually really enjoy watching themselves on camera.
I do.
I was waiting for something. I was waiting, but I mean, I'll watch it just to know like what the product was, and like I watched all the Glee episodes obviously afterwards as well. Like, but usually you watch it once and you put it away.
Yeah. Do you
No, I don't watch
do you work
myself.
behind the camera as well on stuff?
I produce. I'm a Broadway producer and a film producer. At
What?
this point, yes.
What Broadway are you producing?
The current revival of Once on This Island. I actually produced.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah.
I love that musical.
It's fantastic, and
Are
the
you
new
serious?
revival is really beautiful.
Are you
and
in
it's
it too, or
no, I just
She got
produced
voted
it.
off.
I got voted off the island. It's actually Once on This Island. I was voted off. No,
That's hysterical.
And I produced a movie that's on Netflix called Twinsters, which is
I know
a
that.
documentary.
Yeah.
My best friend found out that she was an identical twin at 25 years old. So
Wow.
Yeah, and then they tracked each other down.
yeah, they found each other through Facebook, and then we documented the entire like first meeting and the whole thing.
Your best friend is Haley
God.
Mills? But no.
I mean, basically, they are the Asian Parent Trap. It's
I know
so
that.
wild.
I know that movie.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
That's so rad that you made that movie.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Look at you
Thanks.
killing it. It's time to play a little game called IMDb Trivia
Hey.
Game. Are you ready? Mike, we're going to sing the IMDb Trivia song. You ready?
Sure.
Ready? IMDb Trivia. Nailed it. We
All
coulda-
kinds of
look at
singers on
us.
this
We
show.
could have been on.
You could have been on Glee.
Yeah.
Easily.
IMDb.
Well, when we do the reboot in like 10 years, I'll tell them about you guys.
Don't stop. Okay.
Please stop.
All right, here we go. First piece of IMDb trivia. You have to tell me if this is right. Is it
Okay.
right, or did they get it wrong?
Okay.
Has known Leah Michelle since she was 8 years old.
Correct.
Whoa!
Yes.
They nailed it.
Yes.
All right, good. What was she like as a kid?
I mean,
You knew her from theater?
yes, we were both on Broadway at the same time. We
Get
were
outta
Broadway kids.
What musical?
She was in Ragtime. No, she was in Les Mis, and I was in The King and I at the same time. And so the Broadway kid community is fairly small. There's a
Sure.
small handful of us. And yeah, we used to go to like the same little events and same like we went to each other's birthday parties, and like it's so silly. Like it's ridiculous. I remember my 13th, or no, it might have been like 9th birthday party at Jekyll and Hyde, which was there in the city. She brought me a Bed Bath and Beyond basket full of cucumber melon stuff.
Oh my god.
I'll never forget it. I
That
was
is the
very grateful for
cutest
that.
thing. That's so cute. Are you guys still friends? Do you still see her
Yeah,
around?
yeah, I do. I mean, obviously now she's here and I'm in New York, but like, we saw each other recently at Elsie Fest. Darren Chris hosts Elsie Fest, which
Sure.
is basically Broadway's Coachella.
Oh,
And
wow.
and she headlined, and then Darren had me as a surprise guest to sing a song with him that he wrote.
Oy,
So I got to
oy.
see her there, and like, yeah, we try and have lunch, but like, she's so busy.
Here, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a Leah Michelle question.
Okay.
Because, look, I was around. I was around a little bit
Yeah.
when you guys were doing Glee. I was three stages over,
Sure.
doing the Nickelodeon Big Time Rush
Big
show.
Time Rush.
Our little kid show.
Oh my God, that's right.
There was people had feelings about Leah Michelle. Now here's
Like outside people or inside people?
I don't know if it was outside or inside, but
Sure.
when somebody gets look, she hasn't stopped working. She's fucking killing it.
Insane.
Is that mostly just a bunch of bullshit that people
Yes.
kind of say oh, she's a tough cookie or she's hard?
Well, I mean, tough cookie is different than other feelings. Like
Sure.
we're tough cookies,
Yeah.
and the thing is, people will create whatever they want when you reach the top, and all they want to do is bring people down.
totally. 100%.
That's society. That's Hollywood. So I think. It's like the tabloids also said to us, like they would pin us against each other and say we're wild children and we were partying. You guys,
Oh,
we
they
were like,
really
we didn't
did.
have fucking time to party. Like we were in the studio, we were working. So it's everything that anybody wants to fabricate. We were all like an incredibly close family. We still are. We're all like so supportive of each other. I mean, and I mean, bitch is talented.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And so good for her. And yeah, no, I mean, I don't listen to any of it. And that was like my lesson in Hollywood was to not read tabloids because we were in it. And when you're inside of it and you read that, you're like, this is hilarious. This is my friend.
Totally.
This is
totally.
hilarious.
No, that's good. I know that we've talked to a lot of people. We're like 95 episodes into doing the show, and we've talked to people who have dealt with like bad tabloid stuff or being like women that we've had on the show who have been labeled a bitch or really or rough or like kind of or hard to deal with or shit like this. And a lot of it is just fabricating, and a lot of it is the network itself. You like pushing stereotypes and pushing stuff.
I'll tell you,
well, the funniest thing was there was one tabloid thing about me and Leah, and at the time I think we were vegetarians. We were both doing the vegetarian life at that point, and there was a little excerpt in like one of the silly tabloids that was like Leah and Jenna seen out eating ribs, like totally like not doing the vegetarian thing that they said they are, and we were like, what? This is the funniest thing. Number one, that somebody would make up the fact that they saw us eating ribs, and like number two, like if I ate a fucking rib, who cares? Like it's fine. We're doing what we want. But I will never forget that. It's just like a small photo of the two of us like smiling, and then like Jenna and Leah seen eating ribs.
With like Photoshop barbecue
so
sauce.
Good. It's so good. It's so silly. It's so
weird.
ridiculous. But yeah, it's tough.
Elvis Presley found alive in Ohio. Leah Michelle eating ribs.
By the way, the Glee set had the best craft service of any set.
You would go crash
I don't know what craft service you saw.
We had garbage craft service. All right,
you would go crash their set and eat their food.
I
right?
don't know what craft service you saw.
Oh no! You guys had like
have
chocolate
ribs?
covered strawberries and
What?
Oh my god!
Absolutely not.
What?
You're insane.
Get out of here!
Absolutely not. We
You guys
did
had
not.
ribs.
That must have had
it was awesome.
That must have been like a gift day. You
I
know?
don't know.
A gift.
Our show was a garbage dump full of food. Like our food was.
Oh
garbage.
no, we had pretty. I mean, we also had some good second meals, so I can't complain. What am I complaining about?
No,
Whatever.
Your food was.
Okay, you must have
food
come
they
on a
gave
really
me
good
while
day.
I filmed the TV show. Oh, it was so nice.
Oh, shut up, man.
Right.
When Glickman
I'm
was
a
on Big
TV
Time Rush,
show.
he would always come over and be like, "Do you have any ramen or anything? Don't they feed you on the show?" No.
Sometimes Corey would let me. He'd like take me on to the little
Into the little
area,
food truck?
and he would just like get whatever you want.
Our food truck was lit. It was good.
it was
we did
pretty-
make some good sandwiches in
Oh,
there and
yeah,
avocado
you guys
toast.
had good sandwiches.
Okay, so maybe we did.
Okay, here's our second trivia question.
Okay.
5 tattoos.
Wrong.
Wrong.
I saw a few on
IMDb.
your hands, so
What do you got?
it's at least a few.
How many you got?
It's more than 20.
You got
more
more
than
than
20?
20?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right, tell me what's your favorites? What are your
Ooh,
favorites?
I have one from a new artist, John Boyd, that I found in New York. He's a friend now, and like he's amazing. And it's Love Is Always Better, and it's from the Bridges of Madison County musical that Jason Robert Brown wrote. So
I love
it's just
Jason
writing,
Robert
really
Brown.
thin writing. I don't know. I really don't have.
Which one do you regret?
My first one, which is a heart treble clef. I love it. It just doesn't go with like the thin needle now of bad now that's happening.
Sure, yeah.
And so like when people see it, they're like, well, that was your first tattoo, right? It's just obvious. You're like, God damn it. Like, okay. But I don't think I'll ever get any of them removed. None of them were that bad that I regret.
I get that.
How many tattoos do you have, Steven?
I just have a tattoo of a fat Jewish guy on my face.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I have.
It's very lifelike.
Jenna, it says on the internet, on the IMDb's.
On the IMDb.
On the IMDb.
On the IMDb.
In the IMDb, it says that your first acting credit was on a cartoon series called Little Bill.
No, wrong.
Is that not true?
Wrong. Number one, I don't remember doing Little Bill, but I do get residual checks from it, like cents. So I guess I
So
did
you
it
did
at
it.
some point,
Yeah.
but it's not my first gig.
I would just say I
that was
did it
absolutely
even
not
if I
my
did.
first gig.
What was the first one?
Created by Bill Cosby.
Because
by
there's
the way.
something that is incorrect on there, and I don't know if they took it down, but it's more recent.
Oh, okay.
My very first gig was a Toys R Us commercial.
Oh, they
Okay.
don't
Well,
have
that's not going to be
commercials
on there.
IMDb.
They don't have commercials.
Oh, okay, fair. Okay, I don't think that Little Bill was first. I think it was Sesame Street.
What?
Which
You
I
were
don't
on
even think
Sesame
that's on
Street?
there.
That's not on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw myself out a
I was
window.
like a recur for like 3 seasons.
You did
Yes,
not.
I worked
She
on
was,
all of
Your
them.
favorite thing you did on Sesame Street.
I'm
Okay, so
done.
the ones
She
I
counted to
remember.
5.
Okay, do you want this story?
No,
okay,
yeah,
all
Matt,
right.
shut the fuck
So-
up. Sesame Street.
Sesame Street. Okay, first thing that I remember about Sesame Street is I was horrified to see that Snuffleupagus is so big in the studio they can't have him on the floor when they store him at night, so they have to hang him from the ceiling. And I remember being horrified that Snuffy was in the air. Anyway, number 2.
Snuffy is in
I
the air.
hate maple syrup. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
What?
I was on. I know it's
Snuffleupagus
weird.
Is full of it.
Snuffy is maple syrup. No.
Entirely maple syrup.
I was on the way, my very first day on Sesame Street to film ever, and I was on the way. I had breakfast that morning. My dad had given me an Eggo waffle with like covered in syrup. I didn't really like syrup, but I was finishing a medication for I guess like strep or something, and I didn't eat very much of the waffle. I had like maybe 2 bites, 3 bites. We're in the car, and I feel like, and then all of a sudden I just threw up all over myself. So then we had to go home and change, but I was like, I'm going. It's Sesame Street. I'm going. So I changed. We went back. Well, the first day, the scene was we're going to fly Slimy on the top of a seesaw. We're going to drop Jenna and then propel Slimy into Oscar's garbage can. So all day long, they were just dropping me. Drop.
After you'd thrown up that morning.
Drop. Yes, and so all I kept doing was tasting maple syrup in my mouth.
Oh no.
The rest of the
I got
day.
a question for you about that. Now, you say you hate maple syrup. Do you hate pancake syrup? Or do you hate like the real maple, like Vermont Canadian maple syrup? Any of them?
All of it. I don't really like maple to begin with, so I don't really like syrup. It's a bad combo for me.
Do you hate Canada because they have a maple leaf on their flag?
No, I love Canada because everybody's so nice.
That's
from
where
there.
I'm from.
Oh my! Everybody is so. Your people are so nice.
Thank you very much. They're also the Jew.
The
I also
nicest.
have the Jewish people, so Jewish Canadian.
You know what I love? I love the Jewish people.
Well, there we go.
People think I'm Jewish.
Yeah, well, with the last
Yeah,
name.
sure.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
understandable. I get it.
Hey, I know we got a lot of artists and a lot of musicians that listen to the nighttime show and have been on the nighttime show, but I'll tell you what a lot of them are missing. They're missing merch, okay? And it is very easy to have an amazing merch store with Artist Shops by Threadless. Just add your art to hundreds of clothing, accessories, and home decor items in just minutes. Plus, it's fully customizable so you can make your shop totally unique to your style. But the best part is, here's the best part, it's 100% free to sign up. 0 minimums, 0 monthly fees. You even set your own prices so you can control how much money goes into your pocket. And with millions of dollars paid to artists to date, there is a lot of moolah to be made, okay? Artists, designers, podcasters, free up all the time that you'd be spending at the post office, shipping, dealing with customer service, and put it towards what you love, being creative, okay? Threadless takes care of the rest of it. And with 100,000 shop owners and 4 million users, just join the party. Head to artistshops.com/SKG to sign up right now. That's artistshops.com/SKG to sign up right now. Also, the Nighttime Show partnered with Threadless, so we have something amazing. You need to go check it out. We got mugs, shower curtains, T-shirts, sweaters, anything you can imagine. We have it for sale, Nighttime Show style. Go check it out. It's thenighttimeshow.threadless.com. That's thenighttimeshow.threadless.com, and check out our store with all of our cool stuff. It's so awesome. Let's get back to the show. We gotta talk about the jump from doing Broadway, which you did a lot of. Like you've done.
I mean,
you've done a
sure.
lot of Broadway musicals, though.
Yeah.
Have you not?
3.
Yeah, right.
3.
3. That's a lot.
You think
dude.
so?
Yeah, didn't you just do Waitress?
Waitress, yes. I just finished
Oh my
Waitress.
God.
Yeah.
That's such a great show,
I
too.
know.
Who were you in that with?
With Jesse Mueller and Kayala Settle. Kayala is who is singing at the Oscars on Sunday, and Jesse who is doing Carousel now on Broadway. So they're just killing it.
Before we jump to TV,
Yeah.
to the obvious,
To the
talk about
TV.
obvious TV
the
stuff. What is a musical that you have not done that you would love to do on Broadway?
That's a really good question.
You can have multiple answers. It's okay.
I guess, I mean, Les Mis for sure. I'm still I think I'm young enough to play Eponine still. I'm like not old enough to play Fontaine, but I'm young enough to play Eponine, I think. That's definitely one. Miss Saigon is definitely one.
Oh my God. You would
I
be
know.
amazing. Why haven't you done Miss Saigon?
I don't know. I mean, Ava, who just did the revival, is incredible. That voice is stupid good. So, I mean, like, whatever. But I'd love to do it somewhere at some point.
Totally.
And I mean, anything Stephen Sondheim or Stephen Schwartz. So like Children of Eden would be a dream. I love that show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've gotten to do a lot of the shows that I've wanted to do.
What's one that you've done that you were really happy
I really wanted to do Waitress because Sarah Bareilles. I've been a massive Sarah Bareilles fan for forever. Yeah. But The Wedding Singer with Laura Benante, who did it on Broadway, I listened to that album so much, and then they offered me to play Julia, and I never thought I'd play Julia. I always thought I'd play the Amy Spanger, friend part.
Yeah.
So when I got that offer, I was like real pumped, and it was so much fun. It was like one of the funnest
And so did you do that show?
I did it in Pittsburgh Civic Light Opera, which is a fantastic regional theater.
Have you seen the cast list for Jesus Christ Superstar?
I have.
Holy
There's some friends in there. It's fantastic. I'm so excited.
Do you believe in that show?
I do believe in the Jesus Christ Superstar. Have you seen Matt? Do you know who's in the cast? Do you know who's in the cast for Jesus Christ Superstar?
Jim Caviezel
live on TV.
No, I don't know. That's the only Jesus I know.
Nope. John Legend is playing Jesus.
Okay.
Alice Cooper is playing King Herod.
Okay.
Sarah Bareilles is playing Mary Magdalene.
Let me tell you what I know about Jesus Christ Superstar. Nothing.
Really?
Because I realized as soon as I was about to say something, I was like, oh, wait, no, that's Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh. I like Joseph in the Technicolor
And the only thing I know about that is that they referenced it in Seinfeld. That's what I know about Joseph.
Did you know that he wrote, Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat when he was like 14 years old, 15.
Come on.
He was a child when he wrote that show, and he wrote it for his church as like a church play.
So that's before he hooked up with Tim Rice.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was real early.
Wow.
He wrote it as like a show to do at his church, and then he just.
That's incredible.
And what were you doing
I'm
at
not
15,
really shocked.
Steven?
Yeah, honestly.
What were you doing?
What was I doing?
I was doing musicals. I was doing.
Well, not like that.
No, I wasn't doing that. I was doing Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes.
I played Tevye for the first time when I was 15.
So
you looked 47.
I looked 47 years old. I had a full
love that
beard.
musical.
That's my. By the way, that's my dream is to play Tevye in the TV version,
the live TV
version of Fiddler.
You'd be a great Tevye.
It's a dream.
I just saw the revival when it was in New York, and it was so good.
Who did you see it with? Who was in it?
Danny.
Oh yeah, Danny
Elfman.
Not Danny Elfman. Damn it,
Danny
Matt!
from Grease. No.
No, his name is Danny. I'm forgetting his name.
Oh my God, I'm
very talented.
failing right
Danny
now.
Ainge. He moonlights as the general manager of the Boston Celtics.
Okay,
that's him.
Yes,
that
totally.
one.
All right, let's get it. We got to get into Glee.
Okay.
You auditioned.
Now, before Glee, though, you did. When did you do? Because we say you did X Factor, and
did you
Britain's Got Talent?
During Glee.
During Glee.
We
performed on.
Oh, so it was your cast. That's
Yes.
what I came up because I wasn't
Some
sure
of them
you were
are
like
kind of confusing, like
auditioning
that.
for the show or whatever.
No.
Okay.
There's not a chance in the world.
So tell me. Okay, well that's we
Not a chance in the world.
we'll get into that.
Okay.
Maybe off the air.
Okay.
Let's talk about getting into Glee. What's that audition process like, and what's
I went in. I was doing Spring Awakening on Broadway at the time. It was the same casting agent, so I went in. The whole theater basically went in for it. And I auditioned in New York. I put it on tape with the casting director. I messed up the words, and I didn't have any words to say. Like Tina only had I and what in the pilot. That was it. So I went and I obviously did not read on for the audition. He's like, okay, let's do the other one, and I was like, what other one? And then I was like, well, didn't get that one. So a couple of months later, I got a call that Ryan Murphy and some of the producers of the show were going to come to New York and wanted to meet me and have me sing for them. So I went in and I sang ironically enough, Waiting for Life to Begin, which is the To Moon song in Once on This Island.
Yeah.
So full circle. But I sang that song for them. I kind of messed that up too. There's a running theme here with messing up auditions. It's kind of my thing.
Yeah, I get it.
And I had a bad cut of the song, and I looked at the piano player like it was his fault. I made it look like it was his fault because that's what you're taught to do. And
did they actually teach you to do that? Is it like a real thing?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you
Wow.
look and like so that they don't know it's you.
Yeah.
It's always everybody else's fault, not your own. It's like a number one rule, like when you're learning as a kid, it's like just keep going. But yeah, I mean, I went in for them, and then they had callbacks based in New York, in LA, and they test you. So I went in for the test.
And that's where they bring
From
you
my
in with a bunch of other people.
Yeah, and it's really like you're very close if you're testing.
Yeah.
Like you're real close to the part. So I tested for the studio off of the tape from New York, and then once that passed, they had me fly out one night after the show from Spring Awakening. Went to the airport, got in, did the audition, found out I got it, got back on a plane, and went back to the show. So it was really fast.
Did they come see you in the show on Broadway? Like, were they there in the audience at all, or
No. But funnily enough, Ryan actually knew John Groff first, and John had done his previous pilot, Pretty Handsome, and then that's where he met Leah and sort of wrote Rachel Berry with Leah in mind for the show, but like was like, you're gonna have to audition for this anyway. Like you're gonna have to do this on your own and get it. So that was like kind of ironic, but you know, it's not a fun process, but it was. I mean, it turned out that like I just thought it was going to be another audition, and then you forget about it, and that's it. So like, and then it kept coming back and kept coming back. So it was
How many callbacks was it?
Well, the one in New York, and then the studio test off the tape, and then the one off the network. So 3.
Now, I won't ask you any numbers, but financially, did that show put you in like another league from doing the Broadway? Like, is it like a big step up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to, it isn't always like, but if you're a regular on a TV show and you get picked up, that means you're at least doing 22 episodes or 13. So yes, it's a significant jump. Like getting there, like I paid off all my credit cards from college, and like luckily I had already paid for college from my childhood work, so like I wasn't in over my head for loans.
Oh, thank God.
Now, do they have, like in Broadway, like you were acting as a kid, do they have the equivalent of like a Jackie Coogan account for children on Broadway?
It's like sort of the same, if not completely the same. Equity and SAG, they all have that like protective thing where you can't touch it till you're 18.
Wow.
Which is great because after
and Equity's a great union.
Oh my God, Equity and SAG are
like you still
fantastic.
get residuals from Shrek, right?
I still get residuals from Shrek. Yeah, I get every
it's
every
crazy
month,
to
every
me.
month.
Like I'm like you're getting residuals.
Wow, that's incredible.
for
20 years.
Oh,
I have
mean,
residuals
for
for
Broadway.
20 years on that.
I didn't know that was a thing. Like
no
you get
residuals on Broadway. You don't get it. Broadway.
Well, Broadway, I got a deal because I was Shrek in the original Broadway
workshop.
workshops and readings.
So and you got the point system, right? Do you get like the
because I had so much influence
Right,
physically
from the
and
actual-
vocally on the show
Wow, that's
that
incredible.
they gave me royalties on the show for 20
Incredible.
years, which
That's
is nuts.
fantastic. They're doing that now with a lot of shows because of the
Yeah.
way that the labs are happening now and the way that you're helping create these characters.
Have you had
I make
that opportunity to
residuals.
get in on that? Or
No, because I joined Spring Awakening right after opening, and I joined Waitress right after opening. And King and I, we were kids, so we were in principal contracts, where we get that sort of royalty. But I do get residual checks from like Harriet the Spy looping still from Paramount Pictures.
That's so
It's like
crazy.
$1.10, but still, it's so funny.
Do you does Glee still play on any networks right now?
Not at the moment. They used to play on Fox Local, and we're lucky because we actually get
You get the music
We
stuff,
get
right?
music as well.
Yeah,
so
that's-
we're, I mean,
They play that
I'm
on, like,
hoping
Sirius
you
on one
hope
of
for
those
like a
channels.
syndication at some point, like
Yeah.
eventually. But we were on Oxygen for a while where they did the Glee project.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
they
yeah.
did that Glee, the
course.
contest competition show.
Wow, what a fucking
I know,
bizarre
so
thing
crazy.
what a
I know.
strange move.
I know. It's
I mean,
so
it worked
weird.
out. It worked out.
No,
but
we
it
got
was-
like Alex Newell from it, which is like insane that he's now in Once on This Island, killing it.
amazing.
And I mean, amazing
I was on
talents.
a podcast not that long ago. It was with when Anthony did his podcast
Oh, yeah, we
with
had
two girls that were on that
Two
show.
girls. One of the girl that was
She was in a wheelchair?
Oh, Ali Stroker.
Yeah, and the
Ally
other one who
Stroker.
looked just like Justin Bieber, who's like her real life girlfriend.
Oh,
I forget her name.
Yes.
Danny something.
I don't know if she.
Yeah.
It was that Allie's girlfriend.
Yeah.
In real life.
Friend.
Or friend.
Yeah.
No,
Just
girlfriend. They were dating.
Or they
on
were
the show.
dating at
Yeah.
the time.
I don't know if they still are, but they were then
No.
when I did the podcast.
Okay.
It's like a whole thing.
Who knows?
Whatever.
Interesting.
This is according to Matt.
Right.
Sue me.
Sue Matt.
According to that.
According to Matt.
Sue me if you have a problem with that. Who cares?
Before we wrap things up, I gotta walk with you a little bit through this cast list. All right.
Okay.
You gotta tell me some impressions of a little tiny. You can tell me a very little tiny story or an impression of each person. As
you
we
can do
walk
an impression.
Like
of them.
do an impression?
Do an impression, and I'm just kidding. No, just
Like what you think
What was
of.
your
Okay,
first
okay,
impression
okay.
of these people, or
Or you
Okay.
can,
are
or
you
you
ready?
can do an impression.
Are you
of them
ready?
if
Here
Go
we go.
for it. Go
Here we
for
go.
it.
Okay. Oh,
I'm focused.
Chris Colfer.
Baby! He was a baby when we started. He was 18 when we started. And we would ride to set every day together on the pilot. And then when we weren't working, which was like a lot of time during the pilot, and we didn't know California very well, we would just roam the Grove and
Oh
the
my
Beverly
God.
Center. We can't do that anymore. At least he can't because he'll get mobbed. But
Yeah.
it's just so funny. We loved the Grove.
I love
And
it.
the Cheesecake Factory.
Jane Lynch.
Oh, funniest motherfucker in all the land.
Yeah. Right.
So
She's great.
amazing. She's the nicest and the best and just so funny.
I mean, I love her from all those Christopher Guest movies. And
I know, that's
everything.
the thing. We didn't even know she was doing the pilot. And when she showed up one day on set, we were like, we literally ran into her, Leah and I. We were like, we love you. And she was like, I love you. We were like, no, you don't. We love you.
Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah.
Matt Morrison.
Oh gosh, he's the best. He's the kindest and just the most talented. There's nothing that he can't do. Really hard on the eyes, obviously. Yeah. I just sang
What an
at his
ugly
concert.
bastard.
Yeah, like
Okay.
he just did a concert with Brad Ellis. I saw on Twitter. They were talking.
Oh,
about
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
did one
Brad's a
in Tokyo.
friend
They
of ours,
travel
too.
a lot. They travel a lot together.
Yeah, like
I
he was
did
in,
it
like,
with
Japan
him
or
in
something.
New York, like in a month
Yeah.
ago or two. We
He
did. I
was
sang
just in
it.
Asia. I saw because they were
Yeah.
talking about like how they were in like Japan.
Yeah,
or
he's
somewhere.
back already.
Oh my
It's a
God.
quick trip.
He's so cool. All right.
I love
Kevin McHale.
bestest person in the whole world. My
That-
best friend.
I love him.
He's the best.
He's amazing.
He's the best.
Yes.
No, I love him more than anything.
He's a real sweetheart.
Yeah. I mean,
Naya
he was-
Rivera.
Oh my God, she is the funniest person and the smartest and the quickest memorizer I've ever met. She's a photographic memory, so she looks at things, and she used to get those big paragraphs from Santana and like rants, and she would look at it and do it, and it would be perfect, and I'd be like, I hate you. It's such a skill. It was so amazing to me.
And her
She's
brother
awesome.
played for the Oakland Raiders.
He did.
Wow.
He did.
Michael Rivera.
Michael
All right,
Rivera.
here's the next one. You ready?
Yes.
Jenna Ushkowitz.
What a bitch.
God, she was a. No, you're the best.
Gross.
You're the greatest.
Gross.
Amber Riley.
Oh my God, the voice of a lifetime. I just saw her do Dreamgirls. She just played Effie in Dreamgirls in London. She killed it. I cried, but I held it together till the end of the show. I really did. I tried to hold it together, and then she had the girl stay in costume after, and I went up on stage to see her, and I just saw her, and I
Speaking of Dreamgirls, I just saw Stephen Glickman sing a song from Dreamgirls with Craig Robinson
I just sang, and I am telling you.
no stop.
on stage at the
On
Hollywood
stage
Improv.
with Craig Robinson from the Office,
my God.
playing it on piano, and I sang it to close the show at our last
How did I miss
nighttime
that?
show live.
Come on.
You gotta let if you're ever in town
Yeah.
when we're doing the live show,
Yes.
you need to come out on
Okay.
stage and do a song.
All right.
You
All
will
right.
fucking destroy the room. It's a 250 seat
Shut it.
comedy club here on the
Melrose.
So
improv, the
fun.
improv on Melrose. We do the nighttime show live once a month.
Oh my God, I want to come.
Yeah, we're the March 10th show is Billy Gardell from Mike and Molly is on the show.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's always amazing.
Maybe
Sarah
I'll make,
Tiana.
I'll make Kevin come
Yeah,
with me, and
good
we'll
people.
come.
We've
Oh,
done,
yeah.
Yeah, we've done the show with Louis Anderson.
Yes.
Nolan Gould from Modern Family's been on the show.
That kid, I'm telling you, Modern Family and I, and our show came up in the award, seasons together. And, we really were the two comedies going head to head. And they were kids when we started. And now they are adults. It is so weird. It's so weird.
And that kid needs to stop doing parkour because he came to the Improv and he was all scratched up.
Yeah, he almost broke his ankle.
He keeps doing it. He was on the podcast talking about it. We're like, stop doing it.
We got to keep going, Matt.
Okay.
Next.
There's like 100 people on that
Heather
cast.
Morris.
The most amazing dancer ever. She came on to actually teach us single ladies when Chris did it in the 3rd episode of season 1. Yeah. And because she had actually danced with Beyonce as one of the trio.
Yeah.
And so she came to teach it to us, and then they got her an audition to be this new character. And then lo and behold, she's like America's sweetheart.
Yeah, she was terrific.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Mark Salling, I know
I know. It's a complicated, sensitive situation. And I mean, honestly, I just grieve for a second loss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like we lost 2 of our family members, and
fucking ridiculous.
You grieve the person you knew, you grieve the family member I spent time with. Like that's really how it has to go down. Sure. But it's really sad, and he was just the kindest heart. He always talked about his grandma all the time, and he just loved his grandma so much, and he loved birds. He was a avid bird watcher, which you would not really know. And he loved his what is that, the frisbee courts? He used to do that weird
ultimate frisbee.
Yes, and no, it was something else. Okay, it was something weird with baskets and the frisbee and the things.
Frisbee golf.
Yes, and he would take them, and every time we were on tour, he would go to he would find a course in the city we were in, and he'd be like, "I'm gonna go play frisbee golf now," and we were like, "You okay? Have fun." And the boys would go play with him. So
yeah, when we had Kevin McHale on the show, it was before Mark had passed, and he had told us some stories.
He had the legal problems, but
it was there were legal problems at the time, but there wasn't.
Fair enough.
It was before that.
Fair enough.
Cord Overstreet. This fucking guy.
Cord is. I like to think of Cord as a little puppy. He's the sweetest. He's an incredible songwriter. So funny. Actually really good at impressions. That's how he won us all over with his Matthew McConaughey and James Earl Jones impressions. And then he ended up doing them on the show, I think, if you probably have seen them before.
I believe so.
But he is awesome.
Darren Criss, I know we just talked about.
Oh my God, so talented.
He's so good in Versace if you haven't seen it.
So
fucking
good.
Insane.
It's insane. There's nothing the kid can't do. And we got to work really closely on the show together. So I loved when Tina and Blaine had their faux love affair.
I love it.
The one-sided love affair.
What about Harry Shum?
Harry Shum.
Harry Shum.
Harry's amazing. Me and him were the longest lasting couple on the show.
Yeah.
Tina and Mike. But the funny thing is, Tina Cohen-Chang and Mike Chang, yet we're not the same Asian.
Right.
I'm allowed to say that. We're not the same Asian. So, and if we got married on the show, Tina's last name would be Tina Cohen-Chang. So, no, Harry's amazing, and I'm so happy for him. Everything he's doing he's always been such a go-getter, and he's so kind.
Corey Monty was somebody that I met him through Josh Sussman because I knew Josh Sussman through Tanya Chisholm, who was on Big Time Rush with me. And she introduced me to Josh, and then Josh Sussman and me would screw around because I thought he was a big weirdo. He was Josh Sussman is a fucking weirdo.
No, totally.
But I adore him.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's a big nerd like me, and
he's awesome.
we're so different, and he would make me laugh all the time. And then he introduced me to Corey, and Corey made a video for his Instagram, I believe, in which me and Josh jumped up and high-fived each other, and I whacked my stomach into Josh.
Oh,
and so we did it, and for Corey as a joke.
Right.
And then Corey was like, no, do it harder, knock into him harder. And I did, and I
knocked him
I
over?
knocked Josh out. I knocked him out cold.
Shut your mouth.
I knocked him to the ground. He
Shut your
knocked
mouth.
out. He got knocked out. And Corey was like
outta here.
dying laughing and like posted the video. And then when it came, he
dressed up as
He's the
Gustavo Rock
nicest.
one time.
He dressed up as Gustavo. He
God,
went into my
he's the
dressing
nicest.
room, stole my
Stop.
clothes,
Yeah.
and
No.
dressed up as me.
What?
And then posted pictures of
Shut your
himself as me on Twitter.
I can't.
Oh yeah, they're
That
still
kid.
out there.
That kid.
And then he invited me to Chris Colfer's house for the rap party for season 2. And
Chris Colfer's house.
It
Or
was
Corey
Chris-
had the house.
or Corey's
It was
house.
Corey's house. He
and
had
it
the
was-
party.
It was and I went and got to hang out.
Yeah, it was
and see
crazy.
everybody.
We were all. That was fun.
I love that guy.
Corey's
He was
amazing.
Such a
Corey
sweet
was
person.
our quarterback. He was everything, and he was the coolest and nicest. I mean, when we did the episode Wheels, where we all had to be in the wheelchairs, him, Leah, and Diana actually took the wheelchairs into Paramount, like on the lot, and they went into the commissary where we have lunch, and like everybody, I guess they didn't know us that well at that point, and like. People were like, "Oh my god!" and holding doors for them, and then he knocked himself and he tipped himself over and pretended like he fell out of the wheelchair, and people helped him up and back into the wheelchair. That freaking goober! It's just
my
incredible. It's the
God.
funniest things. He just made us laugh so much.
No, he was hilarious.
He was the
Diana Aragon.
Diana is, oh my god, Diana's the best. She's like this fairy. She's like a little fairy that like, just like. Her smile. There's a song on M83 that is about frogs.
Yeah.
And that's Diana in a nutshell. If you can, that's like Diana's anthem.
I get that.
Yeah,
I don't know what you just said.
that's okay.
She did a movie called I Am Number 4.
Yes,
And
years
right
and
after
years ago.
years and years ago,
Yeah.
and I saw it in the theater. I think
Yeah.
I saw it with Mike. And and I went to the Coffee Bean at Paramount, and she was
was there.
standing behind me in line. And it was right after the movie had come out, and the movie had not done as well as
Yeah,
she was hoping it was
yeah.
going to do. And I turned to her and went, "Oh my god, I just saw you in I Am Number 4, and you were fucking amazing." And she got a little teary-eyed and was like, "You're the first person to say anything nice to me about the movie." And I was like, "Oh my god, how is no one?
sweet little
People have to be
thing.
so nice to this girl. She's so
No,
nice.
She is the nicest.
People should be
I just
nicer
love
to
her so
her.
much. I love her so much.
And then last one, Lauren Potter.
Lauren
Potter.
she is so funny. She was
She's
the
really good at Quidditch.
funniest.
You nutball.
Nice.
Yeah,
no,
she
she
was
was
great.
awesome. We loved having her. She was she would make us laugh a lot, and she was like Jane's little like babe. You know, we didn't get to work with Lauren all that much, but when we did, it was pretty funny.
Well, look, getting a chance to sit down and talk with you is so fucking cool, and I'm
You're so sweet.
such a huge fan of you, and I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to go see Once on This Island.
Yeah,
and I
I
cannot
hope
wait
you
to see
enjoy
your
it.
movie. I
Thank
think
you.
Yellow Fever is going to be fucking awesome.
Oh gosh, it's ridiculous. It's really funny. I enjoy the jokes, so I hope you guys do too.
I'm sure they will. Where can people find you on the internet?
I'm Jenna Ushkowitz across all social platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. That whole thing. Actually, Jenna N Ushkowitz on Snapchat, but I don't use it that much. So
Nobody does. It's dying.
yeah, whatever.
It's over, Snapchat. It's over.
So
So
fun.
Instagram and Twitter is the best place to find me.
Well, you're the best. Mike, where
you.
can people get you?
I also do a show called the Power Pals Podcast. And other than that, you can follow me at Mike Black Attack on all social media.
Yes, you can. What about you, Matt? Where can people find you?
You can find me as Jenna Ushkowitz's newest follower on Twitter.
Yeah, you can always get Matt.
Real
at
creepy,
fu-
Matt.
Funny-
Real
you just go to
Thank you
funnymat.com and you can find links to everything there. Or if you're annoyed by me, which you probably are, then
Probably.
let me know at mattwalkersucks.com.
which is a real website, and people really do leave hate mail for you.
Which is
there.
where Jenna Ushkowitz is going.
That's
next.
That'll be-
Can't wait.
You can always get me at Stephen Glickman, STPHEN, Glickman on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the Nighttime Show podcast and comment and leave us messages and share.
Yeah.
And check out our brand new shop with all of our fucking killer clothing. We've got sweaters and shirts and coffee mugs and shower curtains and bath mats and Nighttime Show everything. And it's all from artist Mario
Mario
Delgado,
Yeah.
who does all of our artwork on our show. And you can get that at thenighttimeshow.threadless.com. So check that out and go get some merch. We love you, Jenna. You're fucking
I
awesome.
love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for doing the show.